Namaste and Atmandan to all the dear masters. Hope you all have a lovely weekend. Just a housekeeping. We will do a wisdom sharing first, and then we'll dive into the meditation for 30 minutes, followed by the question answers. So let's start the session by paying our sincere gratitude to Pitama Brahmshri Patriji and seek his blessings. Masters, today we have a very special guest, Hitesh Vashisht sir from India. So he will share his wisdom on the topic Key to Abundance. Sir is author of award-winning book Sundaram's Mix and also runs his own organizations. Sorry, Life Now and Here. Over to you, sir. Welcome to PSSM Australia platform, and I just pass it on to you without causing any further delays.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I pay my sincere gratitude to teacher of all, Patriji, and thank you for having me here. It is wonderful to be meeting people at the platform of PSSM Australia. Thank you, Kalpana ji, for getting in touch with me, and thank you, Namita ji, for introducing me. It is absolutely my pleasure to be here with all of you. So, friends, topic for today that we've chosen is the key to abundance. How many of you wish to be living in abundant life? I'd like you to raise your hand, maybe give me a thumbs up in the comment section, or yes, absolutely. All of us, we all want to have an abundant life. We all want to live a life which is full of abundance, right? But what keeps us at bay from the abundance? Because on one hand, we want to have it, we want to have all the riches of life. And on the other hand, we feel that we are struggling, but we don't reach to that level of abundance. Why is that so? Because we only consider abundance as money, because we feel that the liquidity or the balance that I have in my bank account, that is my abundance. But today I want to bring an idea to you that abundance is not about money, it is energy, because everything is energy, and so is abundance. The money that is in your wallet, the amount or the bank balance that you have in your bank account is energy. Everything is energy. And the rule of energy is energy thinks for you the way you think for yourself. So if you don't think good for yourself, if you look at yourself and you say, oh, how bad of me, how sad of me, then so it is for the energy, because energy thinks the same way for you. And that is the kind of the quality of abundance that you manifest in your life. So, which is why if we want to heal our relationship with money, with health, with wealth, whatever, we must first learn to heal our relationship with self, because that is the very key of everything. So, today we'll be speaking about abundance. I will give you some sutras around abundance so that there is a ready takeaway for you to exactly just cut, copy, paste in your life. You begin to implement them, and you can see the effects of it coming in your life the moment you begin to implement. Second, we will have a meditation, and then we'll also have some question answers. So, whatever confusions may be around the topic or outside the topic, whatever questions you have, you can ask, and I'll try my best to, give you the resolution and answer to the same. So, friends, most of the times when we say abundance, we only see it around money. But here, when we speak about abundance, it's a very holistic term. It is not just about money. Because if a person is, earning a lot of money, maybe I say, let's say, since you all are in Australia, and I say, okay, 25,000 Australian dollars per month. if I say it like that. And this person gets the opportunity to enjoy all the riches of life. But if this person who earns this much of money has diabetes also, will he be able to enjoy it like that? It is going to affect his level of enjoyment because he has to be very picky on what he eats, how he goes around the day, and what's the routine. you know Everything needs to be kept under the stress meter. Of course we all have to, but the person who is in the normal level, who has the normal sugar levels, and somebody who has high sugar levels, the level and the quality of the life is going to be very different from them. And same way, if somebody has struggles with the career, and but they have good health, they will not be able to enjoy life. So abundance is not just one area of your life, dear friends. If I say money, no. Abundance is money, abundance is health, abundance is career, abundance is success, your definition of success, and abundance is life in whole, in totality. And the center of all of it is nothing but the self. Because if you take care of self, you take care of money, you take care of your health, you take care of your wealth, you take care of your relationships, you take care of your life and success. So, the center of everything in your life is nothing but the self. A person who is connected to self is going to have a wonderful, you know, time around these various arenas of life. So, if you focus on connecting to self, you will automatically reap the benefits of all health, wealth, money, relationship, everything will come. I'm sure you all know who is the goddess of abundance. We all know, and on Diwali days, we want to, do an extra worship to her so that she comes and she stays at our home forever. But that is only for the Diwali day, not for the other days. It is only, a Diwali day is only for those people who just knows her only as a goddess of wealth. But if you try to understand the very nature of goddess Lakshmi, you will realize she is a lot more than that. And to have her by your side, it needs some, something extra from you, because it is not just about doing puja ki thali and doing all the aarti around her and to impress her, because she's not going to get impressed like that. Do you know how goddess Lakshmi was born? I'll tell you how she was born. So there was this Sagar Manthan. All of you know about Sagar Manthan. There was a churning of ocean that happened. And in that churning, that Sumeru Parvat with, the Sheshanag, and one side was held by the Devas and the other side was held by the Danavas. And they began to churn the ocean. And from that churning, so many gifts came. But before the gifts came, there came halahal, which was a poison. And you know that it was consumed by Lord Shiva. And post that, there were several other gifts that came into existence, and they were divided basis the potential and the caliber of both the parties. It was divided among between both of them, the Devas and the Asuras. There came a time when, a beautiful woman with the Kalash, she appeared and she introduced herself that she is the goddess of abundance, Samriddhi ki Devi, and she is called Lakshmi. And moment her name was, echoed in the environment, everybody said, "Oh, goddess, you please come here and stay with us." Deva said, "Oh, we will give you the best of facilities. You stay with us." And Danvas say, Oh, we are also not less. We will give you all the resources that you need. You please stay with us. But she does not look to any of them. Rather, between both of them, somebody is standing who is catching her attention. And when she looks at this person and she says, "This man is amazing." I'm like, why? Because he's not getting any of the gifts. Because all the gifts are being divided between the Devas and the Asuras. He's not getting anything. He is so selfish, so selfless. Yet he is so beautifully offering to this entire act of journey. I'm going to go and stand next to him. He is going to be my partner. And you know who was he? He was nobody else but Bhagavan Vishnu, Narayan. So she goes and then she marries Narayan. This might look to us as a story that how you find a partner, how Lakshmi found Narayan, how Narayan Lakshmi became Narayani. But it is a lot more than that, dear friends. The goddess is the goddess of abundance. If you want to have goddess of abundance by your side, if you want her to be standing next to you, you must awaken Vishnu consciousness within. You must awaken Narayan within. And what is Narayan? Narayan is nothing but being selfless, niswartha. What we say is nishkam seva. Because he is not going to get anything from that act, but yet he is the richest and the abundant of all. He is a pure giver, and the one who is the giver opens the doors of all the receiving that has never been received so far, and which is why he has Lakshmi by his side. So, friends, if you want to have Lakshmi by your side, you must become Narayan first. The Lakshmi consciousness can only be attracted by Narayan consciousness. If you are not a Narayan, if you don't carry the selfless aspect in you, if you don't do Niswartha Seva, Nishikama Seva, then Lakshmi cannot come to you. She might come to you for a while because she wants to keep you happy. Oh, my dear little child, okay, I will come to you. But after some time, she will move somewhere else because her very nature is Chanchala. She's called Chanchala. You see, the goddess is always shown in the standing posture. Rest of the gods are shown in the sitting posture. She is so shown in the standing posture. Why? Because she loves to walk. She wants to walk. If you want her to stay with you, then you must awaken Vishnu within, and that's how she can come. So that is the one thing which you need for Lakshmi to be living with you. Another thing which you need for Lakshmi is wisdom, which means if you want to invite Lakshmi, abundance in your life, you must invite Saraswati in your life. Saraswati is, they're sisters, they both are sisters, and they enjoy being with each other. If you don't have the wisdom, think of a person who does not have a gyan, who is not wise enough, who cannot make wise decisions, who doesn't know how to put the money in the wise investments, how to make the best use of money. And they are, using it in a spendthrift manner and they don't know what they are doing. It is more of an abuse that they are creating for money. So, which is why in a jnana state, no wisdom state will create no abundance state. A wisdom state, a wise man is always abundant, always. So, which is why if you invite Jnana, Saraswati in your life, you will always have Lakshmi in your life because Saraswati will bring the Jnana of contentment and fulfillment to you. And that is how both of them together, they will make you feel at ease in your life. So, which is why when we talk about abundance, it is not just about the money part, it is a lot more. Lakshmi is called Ashta Lakshmi. You must have heard of this word, Ashta Lakshmi. Ashtalakshmi means there are 8 types of Ashtalakshmis. Santana Lakshmi, Dhana Lakshmi, Dhanya Lakshmi, Veera Lakshmi, lot of Lakshmis that are there. She is an abundant being of all the aspects, whatever you could think of. She can offer you all of it. So I'm going to give you 7 sutras today. If you follow these 7 sutras, you can heal your relationship with money. Because as we started with, that each one of us wish to be abundant. And if you know yourself, you will have the abundance in best of ways. So let us go through these sutras. I'm going to take one sutra at a time. I'm going to explain them one by one. If you wish to note them down, you can do that. Okay. So the very first sutra is called Sutra of Unlimited Abundance. What does it mean, Sutra of Unlimited Abundance? It simply means that the nature is created, the Srishti is created in the zone of abundance. There is always enough in our Srishti. There's always enough. And when I say always enough, how come it is enough? There is enough oxygen for all of us. There's enough water for all of us. There's enough food for all of us. There's enough land for all of us. There's enough. It is the human who has created a lot of barriers in everything. They've put boundaries to everything. Oh, today we have packaged drinking water. Earlier, the water was flowing and everybody would go and just take it from the stream, right from the source. Today, it is my home, your home. There's a boundary. Today, it is my country, your country. These are my trees, these are your trees. You don't have trees anymore. So there are boundaries that have been created by the human race. From the nature, there are no such boundaries. And which is why we say the nature always stays in the space of abundance. You know, I just want to ask you, there might be a time in your life, you might have gone through a point in your life when you really needed something. Maybe you needed some money, right? But you also know when you needed that money, truly, that money came to you. You received it. Right? We all have experienced it. How come? Because universe always believe in the space of need. It knows that it is your need. It knows that you need it and it will offer to you. But it should be your need. It should never be your greed. If it is greed, it is not going to work. A need of 200 CR is going to be fulfilled. But a greed of 2000 rupees is not going to be fulfilled. So the universe is abundant because it works on the needs of people. There is enough to meet our needs. Earlier, if I were to ask you, how did our ancestors live? Because they did not have refrigerators or pantries to store their food. Did they have? They did not have. But where did they keep their food? How did they store their food? There was no such need of storing, because storing actually came from the space of what if I don't have enough? What if it finishes one day? Then we stuff our wardrobes and closets and pantries with lot of things. We don't want them to get empty ever. But they always came from a common pool. Our ancestors lived like that. Today my child is hungry. I will go out, will pluck a fruit, and I'll offer it to my kid. I will not take 3 extra so that I can save it at home. You will only take only to an extent that you need in this very moment. So people felt very secure. Here, now we feel insecure. And our insecurity gives rise to the very fact that I don't have enough. What if and it ends today, the very next moment? And that leads us to, the hoarding and being very, clingy to the things that we have. I'm not saying that you don't save. You save, but you save from right intent. You don't save in a way, what if it ends today? You save, okay, I'm grateful that I'm able to have something extra with me. So that can only happen when we understand that universe is always in the space of unlimited abundance, which means whenever whatsoever is needed to me, if I have this faith that the universe is going to fulfill my need, it will happen. So that's the very first sutra of abundance. The second sutra. The second sutra says Sutra of Flow. Now, what does it mean, Sutra of Flow? Consider, a passage through which the water flows. If you restrict the flow of the water in that passage, post some time, you will see that water is going to stink. It's going to create a lot of spoiled smell. It is going to show up. Same is the very nature of the money. Money always wants to flow. If you try to restrict, hoard, keep it, in this place wherein you feel, oh, it is mine, and you're clinging to it, it is going to smell bad. It is going to get spoiled, even if it is not being used. You must have noticed, people, those who keep the black money, they hoard. I'll tell you about, the demonetization time that we had in India. Of course, Australia also had it long time back, and they did it successfully. But Indians also, we kept a lot when the 2000 rupees currency was put on, it was demonetized. People had sacks and sacks of money, and they left it on the roads. Could you see the hoarding led it to the use of, no usage of that. It led to no use. It was absolutely futile. And you also know, if you keep money like the hard cash stored in some place for a very long time, after some time you will see the money will also begin to fade. The texture will change. It is the very nature of the money to flow. It is meant to flow. It is not meant to kept in a very restricted manner for a very long time. Right? You can save it. You save some amount of your money, but don't be so clingy and hoardy, because there is a difference between a hoarder and a saver. Don't be a hoarder of something, because if you hoard, ultimately you're restricting the flow of that space. So it's good to stay in the space of flow. And flow also talks about our intent with which we spend money. For example, you have a help at home, you know, and they come to you and it is their salary day. And you say, oh, not today, I'll give you tomorrow. Not today, I'll give you tomorrow. It's an art of procrastination that we get into. This procrastination is nothing but you're clingy to your own resources. You don't want to share. This restriction is going to restrict your flow of abundance. It is going to restrict what comes towards you. So, which is why the more we are grateful to offer it to somebody, the more grateful money feels when it comes in our lap. She feels that, yes, he is the deserving person. So, which is why Sutra of Flow must be put into practice. And then the third sutra, the Sutra of Attention. Sutra of Attention. Now, we all have gone through this very buzzword, which we law of attraction, we say, right? We all have. Right now, it is most in topic, because in spirituality we talk most about this, that what you attract, it is going to be that. So the Sutra of Attention says, what is in your attention is going to come to you. Now, if I look at someone and my attention is towards the shortcomings, I might look at them, oh, they are not perfect, they behave differently, they speak differently, they walk differently, they look differently, they're weird in their own ways. If I look to them in a shortcoming manner, I'm actually telling it to the consciousness that my consciousness is stationed on the shortcomings. And when my consciousness is stationed on shortcomings, I'm going to invite nothing but shortcomings. So there are two types of consciousness as far as abundance is concerned. One is prosperity consciousness, another is poverty consciousness. A person who might have just 20,000 rupees in the bank account, they can have prosperity consciousness. And a person who has 2 CR in the account, they might end up having a poverty consciousness, because it is their attention that defines whether they are in prosperity or poverty. So, for example, you have a neighbor, and that neighbor buys a Mercedes today, top model of Mercedes today. You look at them and you see that the Mercedes is parked, in their parking area. But at the same time, you feel a sense of dejection inside of you. Why not me? Oh God. You feel like that. You feel sad and hurt within that you don't have it. Can you see? It is a sense of shortcoming that is coming at the surface. And this shortcoming, when you send it to the universe cannot send you abundance. It is only going to send you shortcoming, because what you send is is going to end in your lap. So, which is why keep your attention on abundance. Keep your attention on the fullness. If you keep your attention on the fullness, you will invite nothing but the fullness. Maybe I don't have, a Mercedes in my home, but when I look at my neighbor and they have it, I feel happy for them. I bless them. And I say, may you have more and more. Because if I bless them, the universe gets to know that this signal is coming to me of blessing, and then it returns that blessing to me. So begin to bless that which you want in your life. If you want Mercedes, if you want good health, if you want good relationships, good partner, begin to bless those people whom you see having that. If you begin to do that, it's a way of telling it to the universe that you are full. You're full in your blessing quotient. You're full in your happiness quotient for others. And that's how you begin to receive. And our attention has to be on the prosperity, the fullness of everything, rather than, the lack or the poverty, the scarcity in something. So that's the flow of Sutra of Attention. The fourth one is called Sutra of Intention. So one is attention. This next one is intention. I need Mercedes today. But why do you need Mercedes? What is your intention behind having a Mercedes? What is your intention behind having a good home, big home? What is the difference? What difference would a big home make that your present home cannot make? What is the difference? That is defining your intention. Right? We call it mancha. What is your mancha behind doing something? Let's say we cook food because the intention behind is to, fill our whatever food we want. We need to have a sense of satiation. We want to satiate our hunger. That is why we want to have food. Right? That's an intention behind that. We want to look for water because I feel thirsty. I want to quench my thirst. And same way, there is an intention behind your acts of money, and not just about money, About whatever you do, there is an intention. If your intention is around lack, if your intention is around greed, if your intention is more and more, then it's not going to work. If your intention is desperate, if your intention is guilty, it is not going to work. Why? Because let's say, uh, I have a friend, we work in the same office, he gets the promotion and I don't get it. And when I see that he has got the promotion, I make a point within myself that I also want it. I will also have it, no matter what. And then I begin to work hard, harder and hardest. I begin to do that. Of course, I should do that. But the intent behind this could be he got it and I never got it. So it is the intent of lack. It is the intent of desperation. Right? Somebody does not have a partner and they want to do all the spiritual work because they want to manifest a partner. Well, manifest a partner, but you're coming from a space that you don't have it. When you don't have something and you begins from that very seed, you will end up nothing but not having it. Even if you have something, you manifest something, but it is not going to bring you a sense of fulfillment or contentment which you're seeking because your intent was of lack. Lack brings lack, fullness brings fullness. If your intent is of fullness, you will end up inviting fullness no matter what. So, which is why our intent should be pure. Our intent should be in the greater whole. Our intent should be okay, if I get two more Mercedes, maybe I am able to help someone who needs car in their emergency times. Maybe I'm able to offer them whenever they need it. Maybe my family can live, at a comfortable life now because earlier we were moving with one car and some members might have another work and now we can, simultaneously work with two cars. It has to have a meaning and a purpose which is just beyond your own vested interests. It should be more than that. If your intent is stationed in that social intent, then your intent becomes pure. So that is the sutra of intention. And the next one, which we say the sutra of vacuum. The sutra of vacuum. This is a sutra 5. Now, I say I need a nice jacket, maybe very expensive jacket. I need one very expensive, maybe Gucci jacket I need, a long overcoat I need. And I keep saying about, oh, I need jacket, I need jacket, I need jacket. It's not going to come like that because the abundance works on the sutra of vacuum. It says, first create a vacuum in your life. And then the universe will fill that vacuum with some good things. Which means if I need a jacket, I must first give away one of my jackets to somebody who needs it. I must create a space. Right? If I need good pair of shoes, maybe hush puppies I need, I must give away one of my pairs that I don't use, let's say. I take them out and I offer it to someone. I create a space because once I create that vacuum, the universe is going to fill that place with something really good. That is called the Sutra of Vacuum. This vacuum is actually against the process of hoarding. We keep hoarding clothes one after the other in our, closet. Some of them are not even worn for 3-4 years, but we still keep them. And that keeping is actually restricting the flow of energy in your closet. And if it restricts there, it also restricts in your life. So keep the energy flowing. Things that you don't use, it's better somebody else use. We can always offer it to someone for their goodness, for their well-being. I can keep them according to my needs. I'm not saying you don't have lots and lots of clothes. Have lots and lots of clothes. Have lots and lots of riches. But Also think for somebody else, because if you are able to think for somebody else, it shows that you think beyond yourself. You are a prosperity consciousness person rather than a poverty consciousness. And that's where the sutra of vacuum comes in the place. It says if you need something, first create a place for that in your in your life. The sixth one that we say is called sutra of allowance. Sutra of allowance. Now, I need something in my life, I intend for it, and I begin to work for it, and I keep working, keep working to an extent that I lose my sleep, my peace, because I have not manifested it. I put too much of effort into that. But the Sutra of Allowance says once you have worked for something, you must let it go. You must allow it to be given to the universe. You must forget about it. Because only when you forget about it, you will see it will come to you. It is called allowance. Because if you're going to keep working on something, right, and constantly putting efforts on something, it means that you're not letting universe to now put efforts for manifesting it for you. You're not allowing that space to the universe. Eventually you have to let it go, let that effort also go. You have to give it up to the universe so that it can manifest it for you. That is called allowance. Allow the universe to work for you. You don't have to do all the work. We don't have to do all the work. We can let universe work for us. That is called the sutra of allowance. And then the next sutra, which we call as the sutra of oneness. The universe is always in the state of oneness. There is nothing called my money, your money, frankly, for universe. It is always in the space of oneness. It is our money. Now think, I have my money in my account. You have your own money. All of you have your own respective bank accounts. I might have X amount with me. You might have Y amount with you. Somebody might have Z amount with them. Different levels that we are holding the money with ourselves. It is the now when I look at my account, I will feel, oh, it is less. You feel, look at your account, you say it should be two levels more. Somebody else looks and they say, oh, it is good, but I need more and more. It is like that. The universal law of oneness says all accounts are clubbed into one. Now think of my way of looking. If instead of looking just at my account, in my consciousness, I open to your money also. I open myself to your money also. Your account, my account. Wow. Suddenly there's a sense of expansion inside of me. That's called the Sutra of Oneness. It never says my debit card, your debit card. No, our debit card. It's our swiping machine. We can swipe, we can take whatever. And it brings a sense of expansion into us, because the sense of separation is going to create contraction inside of you. You're going to feel shrunk. When I see just my money, I will feel shrunk. But the moment I will club my money with Ambani's money, I will feel expanded, so much expanded. That's the sense of oneness. And it says, if I have expanded here, I will definitely have expansion here. I will manifest that expansion. And abundance is not about having more and more money in your account, dear friends. It is not about that. It is about how I see what I have. How do I see that? If I see a sense of fulfillment, contentment with whatever I have, it might be less as compared to somebody else. But if I have a sense of fulfillment, joy, contentment with that, I guarantee this contentment will stabilize and it will continue to move forever in your life. The problem comes that we are never content. We never feel fulfilled. Today I need something, tomorrow I will need something. It does not mean that you don't have it. Have desires, but don't get latchy and attached to your desires, because people get latchy and attached to their desires and they lose the peace of their mind. If you lose your peace of mind, you have lost everything. So, which is why work for your desires, give your best to your desires, do all the purusharth, do all the hard work. But once you have done that, just let it be. Let the universal force now work for you. It will work for you. And that can only work when you just give your best and then detach. You let it be. Okay? So, seven sutras we spoke right now: law of unlimited abundance, law of flow, law of attention, law of intention, law of vacuum, law of allowance, and then law of oneness. Another thing which I want to bring to your account is gratitude. Do you have gratitude for what you have? That also makes a difference. Do you have gratitude for somebody who offers their services to you? Do you have gratitude for them? Maybe somebody who offers their services in advance to you and they take the money after 1 month, like our internet service providers, like our network providers, our Airtel and Vodafone and all these providers. They first offer the service. In the month end, they ask for the money. It is such a sense of gratitude I should have that they paid something to me in advance without asking for money. So, how am I when I sign a check for someone? How do I sign the check? Do I feel very shrunk when I sign the check and I feel, oh, some amount is going to get deducted from my account? Or I feel the sense of fullness and openness when I sign it for someone? That depends. How do I buy grocery at the store? How do I buy clothes at the store? How do I pay for that? Do I pay it with a sense of gratitude? Or I pay it, oh, it is too expensive. I should not. I better not. At one side I want to buy, the other side I don't want to pay. That's a very weird combination. But we must be extremely grateful for paying, because see, if you have something with you, it has been given to you so that you can share. That is why you have abundance. The one who is, we all are abundant in something or the other. There are people who are abundant in money. There are people who are abundant in, you know, let's say meditation. There are people who are abundant in teaching. There are people who are abundant in dentistry. There are people who are abundant in, healing others. But whatever you are abundant in, you must offer it to the world. That is why you are abundant in that. The universe has put an extra responsibility on you. Through your abundance, you take care of others. That is how the charity and the donation comes into the picture, dear friends. We do charity of that which I have in my life. If I have love in my life, I will, help others experience that love. Maybe I go around and give some free hugs. If I have, an art of cooking the food, maybe I offer some free food to someone, without expecting anything from it. Maybe I know how to meditate, how to calm down the mind. I should take a class and help people to know that. That is how we can help the world. And that is our responsibility. Whatever you are abundant in, you must share it with the world. So I think this is it for me for today. Uh, if you want to have any question right now, we can have. Otherwise, we can first have meditation and then we will take questions. Okay? Okay. So let's have meditation first, then we will take up questions. Okay. So sit comfortably, dear friends, and close your eyes. Maybe we can play some very soft music in the background. Yes. Very slow one. Yes. Close your eyes, dear friends, now. And take three long, deep breaths. Breathe in from your nose, hold it for a while, and breathe out from your mouth. Now, come back to your normal, natural breath. Just focus on your normal breathing. Tell it to yourself that I'm ready to spend some time with myself. There's a source of vastness and abundance within that I'm going to connect with. Just witness, just be with your normal breathing. If the thoughts are coming, let them come, let them go. Just stay with your normal, natural breath. The breath is slow, let it be. If the breath is fast, let it be. If the breath is deep, let it be. If the breath is shallow, let it be. Just witness your normal, natural breath. Moment you realize that you are interacting with the thought, come back to breath. Witness your breath and let everything to be dropped naturally. the way the dried leaves fall down from a tree. Let all your thoughts fall down naturally. Just witness your normal, natural breath. Empty yourself. Empty yourself completely. When you allow yourself to be empty, you enter in that vastness of your soul, that vastness which has no limits, that vastness which is the source of all the abundance. Just be. Dive deep in the vastness, the abundance of your soul, your real self. Letting go of all your beliefs around abundance that are no more supporting you. I am not enough. I don't have enough. Just dropping all of them with every breath. Reclaiming the abundant being that you are. Because you are made out of this vastness. And therefore, you are vast. You are abundant. You are rich in all aspects of your life. last 5 minutes. And feel I am an abundant being. I am. But let the energy of this abundance and vastness travel to 70 trillion cells of your body. And whatever act, whatever work you do, you come from the space of the abundance. You do it from this space, not from the space of lack, but from the space of abundance. The space of abundance that says there is enough for everybody. There is enough for me and everyone else. Last 1 minute. Seconds. Just center yourself in your body. You may take a deep breath. You allow yourself to come back fully in your body. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You can open your palms and keep them on your eyes for 5 seconds. And then gently open your eyes. Welcome back, everyone. So, if anybody wants to share, if you have any questions, you want to talk about your experience, you can just raise your hand and we can go ahead with that.
I think Shivani ji had a hand raised before, sir. And Shivani, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Would you like to go first? And
Yes. Um, First of all, thank you so much, Hitesh sir, for a wonderful session. It was very precise and to the point. Um, Thank you. My question is, I've heard somewhere that, when you're always asking or seeking money for helping others, universe tells that, or your subconscious mind or somewhere you passes on the message that you're not self-worthy of that money. Is that true?
So, it depends how you think over it. It does not mean that it necessarily has to be that when you ask for others, it does not mean that you are not worthy of holding it. In a way, only when you have it, you can offer it to others. It is as
Yes.
simple. So having that is an act of worthiness already.
Yep.
It's the
Okay.
way you think and you program yourself. Right? If you
Yep.
think, if I have more money, only then I can share it. If I
Yep.
stay with this equation, it can stay with that.
Yes. And sorry, another quick question with the intent. You said, and the wonderful example you share is when, someone is having a promotion at work and you will start working hard for it. And then, for example, if you are already working hard and, the other person gets it, I understand intention needs to be pure, but as a human being, we get the intention, why he got it, why, we haven't. How to change the intent at that time? What opposite of we can say to ourselves to change the intent?
Right. So in that moment, because you have given your hard work already, you must now allow. If something is not coming to you in this very moment, you allow the universe to work for you maybe in some other moment. So
Okay.
law of allowance should come into the picture because
Yes.
you have done your work. Once you have
Yes.
done your work, just let it go.
Yep.
This is for sure. The universe will never keep your due. It will
Yep.
always give you back.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, yes, Kalpana.
Thank you so much, sir, for the wisdom part. And I had a beautiful experience in meditation. My body was very light. I felt like it was floating. That was the first time. So felt really good. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. Thank you. Yes, Namita, you also have a question?
Yes, I have a question. Thank you so much for this session. And you don't know how long I've been waiting for this session with you because I'm continuously always, whenever I can't meditate or have any difficulty in meditating, I always go back to your meditations, the guided ones. So they are beautiful, and I have always have a very wonderful experience with all of them. But I just have a question on one of those meditation. That one with astral travel one. I was doing once, and it says that you asked for a breath work, and after the breath work, you said you felt the energy around your navel, which I did, and I get scared at the time, and I get up from the meditation. But I tried so many times afterwards. So now, what happened actually? Can I go back to those, or it will happen again, or whatever happened to be happened that happened that time, and now I don't need to worry about it.
Right. So, first of all, you must let go of that experience to have
Okay.
more of it. And the best way to have astral travel is to sit for intense meditation, right? Like sit for at least 2 hours. When you sit for 2 hours, you create and conserve enough energy inside of you so that it can release your astral body. It's similar to, having a vehicle that just has, 2 liters of petrol. If you have 2 liters of petrol, you can only go for 4 kilometers. But if you have 20 liters, you can go for 40 kilometers or 400 kilometers. It's the same way. The more energy your body is holding, the more the physical body is able to separate this astral body, and it is going to go far, and come after the explorations. So, vibrations is actually a sign that you have created enough energy in the body for the astral body to be released. But that is the first step. Okay, that is one of the steps. The exploration only happens when you are actually pro in meditation. Then you really don't have to practice any astral travel technique because it will happen to you very naturally when the time is right. The only thing that I can offer to you right now is sit for an intense meditation like 2 hours. Once you have done that, with your eyes closed, lie down at the same place. Just lie down at the same place for next half an hour, 40 minutes. You will experience the astral travel during that time if it is supposed to. But if you continue doing this for 40 days, you will definitely have an astral experience.
And just one, sir, like so, every time you have an astral travel, then you do feel the energy moving in around your navel, or it's just the first time it just unlock
So
itself
it's
and then
not
you don't need
important.
to.
It's not important. Not necessarily around your navel, it could be all over your body also.
Yeah.
And sometimes you might not sense the vibrations, but you feel the release and you feel as if you're flying with the speed of light. So it's not important that you are observant of it. It is not important.
Okay, sir. And second question I have is while other people still doing the hand raise, so if let's say like we having an issue, you give an example of allowance, like you need to allow to come to create a vacuum and then it will come to you or you allow that. So for example, we having an issue of house or proper around the properties, we always have a negative experiences with the property, and Recently, we're building a house, let's say, and supposed to be finished in 8 months, but taking 3 years, long years to finish it. So, how this law of abundance work in this scenario? How can I manifest that, it clears?
Right. So the moment you said that we always have negative experience, this word always defines the belief that you're carrying around, manifesting. On one side, you want to manifest, but at the same time, on the other hand, you say always we have a negative experience. That means even if it is good, you will end up having the different experience of it. So I'll say just approach having a new home from the space of clearance. Clear this thought and tell yourself that the more I clear my energy, I'm going to have a wonderful experience. And my experience of shopping for home, and it's such a beautiful process. I will enjoy and I will manifest a right home for myself. If you allow it from the space of joy, you will end up having joy. The creation is always created from the space of joy. Creation happens from joy. It can never happen from fear. The earlier statement that you said, it has fear. There is one verse in our Vedas which says Anando Brahma. Ananda Brahma means Brahma is Ananda. And we know Brahma is what? It's the creator. The creator is always joyful. So if you are joyful, you will end up creating, nothing else.
But sir, I do have like this sort of mindset. I try to meditate on it and say positive vibrations. But when the delay happens, then your confidence shaken again, and then you go into that same path again. So what you do in that situation? Because
Just tell yourself that it is for my greater good. You never know, because there are some things that are mystical, that are hidden, that are subtle, that we don't know, but the higher force knows. It knows about it, right? I will give my best and I will approach with all the purity. It is going to happen. If that does not happen, it doesn't mean that it is not going to happen. It is going to happen. Maybe it needs more of my energy. Right? I will give best of my energy so that I manifest it fully, but from the space of lightness, not from the space of desperation. Because if you put desperation, you will manifest desperation. You will have desperate deals. It will bring you more into those distressed situations. We don't have to do that. Always go ahead with joy.
thank you so much, sir.
Welcome. Yes, Kanchanji.
Namaste, Hitesh sir.
Namaskar.
First of all, thank you so much for coming on this platform. And as Namita said, we were waiting from like years. And I remember your last session when you did in Master Bano on Hindi PMC satellite launch. And I attended that live session of yours. And I asked you when you will be coming to Australia platform. And yes, that manifestation has come true. Thank you so much, Kalpana, for following up for us with so intensely, and you just get it him for us. So thank you so much for being here, sir. Sir, my question is here. In the meditation, sometimes it's from the long time. The state I'm feeling that my body feels the energy, but whenever I'm coming out, I'm not feeling that I was meditating. So what is it? Is it really I'm in that state of meditation practice, or still like something else is going on with me?
Right. So when we meditate, meditation is beyond the act of writing your report card. Okay, because it has to be without expectations. We are conditioned like that. Every act we do, we try to see, have we done it good or not good. It's a report card. But I would request, if you can drop this report card and let the higher beings take care of it. Your only job is to maintain consistency. And at the end of the day, if you can feel peaceful after you have meditated, your job is done. Right? Because eventually you'll build up the energy. So don't try to see, did I do right, or my technique is right, or it's a sense of judgment. Just drop it and focus on maintaining the consistency.
Thank you, sir. So this question was bothering me from lot much, like it's a big time. So I was thinking like just to have an answer on it, like whether it is a kind of a state, it comes and it goes with the time, definitely it will go. Thank you for putting light on it. Thank you so much, sir. And once
Pleasure.
again, sincere gratitude to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Pleasure. Shivani ji, you have another question?
Yes.
Yes.
My all friends knows I always have so many questions. Sorry about that.
No. That's it.
So my question for you, sir, is Sutra of Unlimited Abundance. You quoted that universe works on needs of people. There are people in the world who die out of hunger. So there is a need of food that they want to buy, but they cannot. Why the universe is not fulfilling their need?
Yeah. The universe is not fulfilling their need because they're demanding from the space of fear. There are two energies in the world, fear and love. And what do you demand things from? That matters.
Okay.
If you demand from a space of fear, oh, I will die, I will not have it, I'll be, I'll probably not be surviving. It's like you're trying to save yourself from something. The more you try to save yourself from something, you'll end up falling in that.
Okay.
So, which is why we have to come from the space of love. It
Yep.
needs your trust. Love needs your trust that
Yep.
if I have this belly,
Yep.
my need will be taken care. I'll give you an example. Before the child is born, when the child stays in the mother's belly for 9 months, the child does not ask for food. It only asks for the food when the child cries for the very first time.
Yep.
Before the child is born, the mother's breast makes the milk.
Yep.
So it means that before your need arises, the
Yep.
resource to fulfill that need
Yep.
has come into the existence.
Yep.
It is such a beautiful arrangement by the divine, such a
Yep.
beautiful arrangement that before my need comes,
Yes.
whatever kind of need it is, the arrangement to settle that need is already put in order.
Yep.
So, what keeps me at bay from the arrangement is my own mind, my own fear, my own insecurities, my feeling of unsafety, my feeling, oh, will I have it? Will I not have it? All that comes, in between. So,
Yep.
if I have the trust that if I have it, because God brought us into this nature basis that,
Yep.
for my first hunger, the resource was already
Yep.
available.
Yep.
So I go with that. If I go
Yes.
with that, as soon as my need arises, there will be something to take care of.
Yes. Thank you, sir. One last question from me. Sorry. All these sutra we have heard from point of view of money, though you said that abundance is about health and everything else other than money. So how can we relate it to health? Like we face so many health issues and
Yeah,
then obesity and things like that. How we connect these sutras to our health?
right. So as I said, that abundance, money has to see you the way you see yourself. So the health also sees you the way you see yourself. So it
Yeah.
means all healing is self-healing.
Yep.
And what does it mean? It simply means the more you come in connection with self, the more you begin to accept yourself, the more you fall in love with yourself, the more you come in allowance of what you have in the present moment, the
Yep.
more you will heal.
Yep.
So, for example, if somebody is obese, you said, they
Yes.
cannot lose weight if they don't come in alignment with the weight that they have in present, if they don't accept the weight that they have currently. Because they'll go to gym and they'll do diet and XYZ things. You continue doing that. But
Yep.
why they're doing it? Because they feel not nice in the same body.
Yep.
Being not nice in the same body means I feel fearful. I feel lack. Something is missing inside me. Because when I look at myself in the mirror, I feel, oh, I lack something. I'm not like others. So you started with lack. You started with poverty. When you start
Yeah.
something with poverty, you will end up with poverty. But when you
Wow.
start with fullness, you say, oh, I have this body. I absolutely accept and acknowledge the weight that I have. At the same time, to keep myself healthy, I will maintain to maybe do 10,000 steps. I will do, go with the nutritious food, and I'll take all the nourishment from there. I will nourish myself bodily, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And that's how the health is going to come.
Yeah. That's it. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Masters, anyone have any other questions? I think we're good, sir. I checked the chat box. Nobody have any question chat either. So
Great.
yeah, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
I cannot express in words. So good to see you. And I wish really and manifest too, like we see you more often on this platform.
More often. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And
Sure.
Please.
we cover these type of topics and yeah.
Sir,
Sure.
just give us some kind of like, maybe I'm asking at the wrong timing, but yes, we as a team, we need some kind of the workshop, whatever topic you prefer to have. Because if it's one session, really it's like, okay, you gave us a feast and we will go in the dormant situation again. But
Sure.
definitely we look for a series of sessions or a kind of workshop from you. So please suggest whenever you have time, we will
Of
let
course.
everybody know on the platform.
Sure. Sure.
Thank you, sir. It's a
Thank
wonderful
you.
session. Thank you so
Thank
much.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
sir.
so much, sir.
Thank you
Thank
for
you
Thank you.
so
having
much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all masters for joining. Thank you so much.
Okay. Good night, everyone.
Yeah.
Bye.
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 Thank you, Kalpana and Namita, for organizing